So, Tasha, first off, I want to talk to you about Hard to Kill. How much did that mean to you, winning the Ultimate X match?
I mean, it meant a lot to me. Hard to Kill, it's now recognizing as a Tasha Steelz pay-per-view. I mean, if everybody recall, Hard to Kill last year, I became the Knockouts World Tag Champion from them reinstating it, and that was me being the first ever. So I created history last year. So with this year going into Hard to Kill, I created history again. I made history, not created, but I made history again, becoming the first ever Ultimate X winner. So Hard to Kill has been my pay-per-view. I'm on a little streak here. You know, I feel like that'll take a little bit, having a little Hard to Kill streak, and I hope it continues every single year because that would be amazing. But it meant so much because it was a match that I know a lot of people were doubting and not thinking that us girls would do it and prevail from it. But not only did we do it, and not only did we make history, but I think that was just one of the best Ultimate X matches that you see, because you have so many different styles of women in there. You have all this flavor, and we delivered. And I can't wait for another announcement of an Ultimate X Part 2, and I want to be a part of that as well.
Absolutely. So you kind of touched on winning the tag team titles there. How's it been for you over the last few months, going from being in a tag team to having a singles run? What's been the biggest differences for you?
I mean, it's been great. I came into Impact as a singles competitor, so I already knew that aspect. It was adjusting to being a tag team competitor more, but it was great because I was able to tag with one of my closest and bestest friends. So it helped me a lot. And I believe it also helped her because it was her being in a tag team a lot more as well. So we basically helped each other, and we were able to just dominate from there and become one of the greatest women's tag team ever, Fire and Flavor. But it was just it was just a great transition. And now me going back to being a singles competitor means that all eyes are just on me, and it's not on me and somebody else. And me delivering flavor, I like all this attention. So I love it. I'm enjoying it. It's going very well for me, and I'm going to continue that.
That's amazing. So obviously Hard to Kill was headlined by Mickie James versus Deonna Purrazzo. Does that give you a drive now to say, hey, look, I am going to headline a major pay-per-view. I am going to be the next Knockout.
Absolutely. I believe I said it in a press pass. I was in a press pass with Chelsea Green and Rosemary and Gail Kim, and I said that I would have loved to see our Knockouts main event pay-per-views more, whether I was in it or not. And I had no idea that these ladies were main eventing until the day of, when I arrived at the venue. So, which was a great thing for me, seeing that these two ladies main event at this pay-per-view, So it does give a lot of motivation, not just to me, but to all the Knockouts and any future Knockouts coming in, that, hey, we want to main event a pay-per-view too, and we can do it. So I'm hoping to one day main event a pay-per-view, and not just one, multiple, and be the Knockouts World Champion and main event as the Knockouts World Champion.
Yeah, and it'll be fantastic to see when you do finally main event one of those pay-per-views. So obviously you've got No Surrender 3 weeks tomorrow. How excited are you? And have you been doing anything different with your training regime coming up to this title match against Mickie James?
Oh, absolutely. I'm not going in the ring with another one of my peers. I'm going in the ring with an absolute veteran, someone who has been around the world and seen so many things and have done so many things in her career. And I have a lot to prove going into No Surrender. So see, my dog agrees. You can hear her in the background. She has just been having an amazing career, 20 plus years, 10-time champion. And it's like, here I am, I'm a 2-time Knockouts tag champion, and she has just more accolades. But to me, I have to just up the ante on things. You know, I have to train harder. I have to watch more films. I've been watching just a lot more of studying Mickie James and how she moves and what makes her weak and what's stronger about her. You know, that it's always good to study your opponents a lot more going into a match, especially a big match like this. That way you can strategize going into the match what you want to do. But yeah, it's just been mind blowing for me, and that's just been my main focus on just how can I defeat Mickie James, because this is not just any old person, you know. So that's just been my thing now.
Awesome. So are you going to watch Mickie James in the Royal Rumble tomorrow night?
Of course, I'm gonna watch Mickie James in the Royal Rumble. I mean, you never know. I mean, you know, I might just show up to the Royal Rumble. You know, of course, I'm gonna have that front row wink wink seat watching Mickie James in the Royal Rumble. Just, you know, hope she doesn't get eliminated early.
What does that mean to, obviously, like yourself and the Impact locker room, obviously getting more exposure by working with the likes of WWE and AEW?
I mean, I don't think anyone saw that coming with WWE. I
Absolutely
know
not.
AEW had a working relationship with Impact, but I don't think anyone saw that coming from WWE having the working relationship. And it's amazing. It's awesome. It just shows that everyone can watch everybody's product and not have to be so competitive about it. You know, like,
Yep.
you know, we can watch WWE and not be like, oh, well, such and such is watching WWE, but they're an Impact person, or an AEW person is watching Impact and they're supposed to be focused on their. It's this business is for everybody, you know. So just for them to have that and have Mickie come in and represent the Knockouts, it's amazing to me. I love to see it, and all the rest of the girls love to see it. So she's gonna go in and she's gonna have that title, and she's gonna hit that hardcore country music, and she's gonna go and do what she does best.
So there is this concept of the forbidden door now, and obviously people like Deanna Purrazzo have been vocal in the past by saying, why hasn't the door been more open for women compared to the men's side? Who do you want to see come through that forbidden door? Who do you want to take on in that dream match for yourself?
Seeing that Deanna is collecting titles here, I want to do some collecting titles too. So somebody call the doctor and tell Dr. Britt Baker to come on through, because I don't mind taking that AEW Women's Championship from her. You know, seeing that she ain't been defending it lately, I think she needs some new competition. But we're gonna focus on me getting my Knockouts World Championship first. You know, I gotta back it up. I have to back it up so we can go title for title, and I'll take that AEW Women's Championship, and I'll have the Knockouts World Championship, and I won't even stop there. I'll head on to NWA and I'll face Camille, and I'll take that NWA Women's Championship, and then I'll have more titles than Deanna.
These are all matches I would love to pay money for.
Hey, so let's do it.
I've got some quick fire questions for you to let fans know how you became a fan of wrestling. So the first question is, what was the first wrestling show you remember watching on TV?
It was an In Your House, and it was from WWE. I don't know everybody that was on it, but I know Triple H was on it, and that's what made me first draw my attention and attraction to Triple H. So it was an In Your House show.
Underrated time in WWE, I think.
Yes.
First wrestling show you ever attended in person?
It was in Madison Square Garden, and I remember it was The Rock versus The Undertaker versus Kane and versus Triple H in a it was a house show, I believe, and it was like a 4-way match.
That's some main event to remember for your first show ever. That's wicked. So your all-time Mount Rushmore of wrestling?
Oh, that's a good one. Male and female?
Male and female, you can mix it.
Oh man. I would definitely start with Triple H. He's my favorite. I would put Eddie Guerrero on there, and I would put Jazz, and I would put Trish Stratus on there.
It's very difficult to argue against any four of them. It's like one of the hardest questions you can ask anybody. There's no wrong answers, there's no right answers. But yeah, absolutely can't argue with those four. I want you to kind of reverse that and get your top 3 wrestlers in the industry today.
Say that again.
Your top 3 wrestlers in the industry today.
Tasha Steelz, and most importantly, Tasha Steelz. Well, no, I'm just kidding.
It was obvious.
Oh man, that is a tough one. I'm definitely putting myself at the top, but there's so many talented girls that I don't want to rate them because they're all so talented and they're all so good. So it's so hard to name.
Okay, I'm going to let you off with that one. Who was your first ever match against?
On the Indies, it was against Deonna Purrazzo.
And how can fans watch that?
Oh man, what show was that? It's on YouTube. I have to remember what promotion it was from, but it was I think late 2017. Was it World of Hurt? I think it was a World of Hurt show. Yeah, it was so long ago, but it was a Tasha Steelz just starting these, just getting her feet wet there. So yeah, it was good for like a basic type of match. But I've evolved since then.
Yep. I've got to ask you, who is your favorite opponent?
My favorite opponent? Oh, that's a good one. I would have to say Big Swole. Big Swole and I believe we've had like 2 matches so far, but we had 2 of the toughest matches, and that's on Battle Club Pro. Go watch that on the Title Match Network. But we have such great chemistry in the ring, and probably people would just see a lot of similarities, but we're different. But we have such great chemistry in the ring that I just can't wait to get in the ring with her again, because we put on great matches. So I would definitely say Big Swole.
Awesome. Now, I think I know what the answer to this question is going to be, but what are your aspirations in professional wrestling for the rest of 2022?
And that is continuing delivering all this flavor by any means necessary and being the Knockouts World Champion.
And I can't wait to see it. It's going to be absolutely amazing. I wanted to say thank you very much for taking the time out. I know you're very busy. Absolute best of luck. 3 weeks tomorrow at No Surrender against the legend that is Mickie James.
Thank you so much.
And
I
will certainly be watching live here from the UK.
Yes, make sure you cheer me on. Don't cheer Mickie. Forget about Mickie James.
Oh, I'm cheering
you.
You.
Legend now.
Thank
you.
I listened to your podcast with Dave Greca. I am not getting on your bad side.
Yeah, you don't want Petty Steele to come out. She's very tough. She's tougher than me.
I listened to it. I thought Dave Greca was going to cry. But honestly, thank you very much for taking the time. It's been fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.